am an investigative journalist, but I am also the executive director of the African Institute for Investigative Journalism. So essentially we are creating a center of excellence for investigative journalism in defense of public interest across the entire continent. This is what the Institute is all about. I have spent 13 years of my life dedicated to journalism. I have reported on the front line, I have been on the screens, I have been back end. My experience is that we have seen over the years the journalists who are referred to as a friendly force. We've seen the police treat them and treat us as enemies rather than as colleagues on the front line, which is really disheartening. But what is mostly heartbreaking is that we have not seen the police being held accountable. Many of the people who commit these atrocities return back and walk on our streets. If such a thing happens, you'd expect that the Attorney General or the DPP, Directorate of Public Prosecution, would actually stand up against and open cases against those men in uniform. We have absolutely not seen it. Our role in this report was to go back the memory lane and bring back those cases where journalists' rights were violated and there's not been any form of accountability, and just saying, hey, these things have to be put to the record, and we have to absolutely call for government to move to hold people accountable. Otherwise, when government allows it to become a new normal for the police and the military to beat journalists, and when the media is afraid and it starts censoring itself and journalists fear to go to the field, then democracy will be put on trial. When black ink touches a white paper, it becomes a document, shelved. The purpose of this report is beyond just writing a report for reference. It should get life on its own and push for change. And therefore the recommendations put in the UPR report have to be seen to be put to action, and civil society have to push it, and the world needs to push these recommendations. Citizens have a moral obligation to fight for their democracy and human rights. When one person is beaten because you are not the one and you decide to take a back seat and say, I'll not be involved in that, you're betraying the entire society. Tomorrow when you are beaten, we will also take a back seat, and there will not be any change. And therefore I strongly believe in the power of citizenry. Power belongs to the people.